Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a new moon in Leo reading for my dearest Capricorns. Capricorn, the new moon in Leo is not until the 4th of August, but we have entered into Leo season, and I wanted to see what messages and guidance come through for you for the next couple of weeks. Now, if you like these messages, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also if you're after a private reading, I do have those links available down below in the description box. Also, you may notice that I do have a different setup at the currently at the current time. Don't know why I stumbled there. I have relocated down to the Caribbean, so I do appreciate your patience and understanding with me just as I find my rhythm and my flow here with readings. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my dearest Capricorns for Leo season. Okay, we have self-reflection. To be honest, I first read that as self-creation. We have the void. Okay, so some of my Capricorns, you've been really in this internalizing space. Maybe not a lot has been going on. Some of you have been in hermit mode. It does feel like you're creating something or planning on taking those first steps on creating something, whether it's a business, maybe it's entering into a partnership, going back to school. Could also be, starting to date again. It could be a relationship here. And we see resilience. Yeah. So you haven't had it easy here, Capricorn. You haven't had it easy. Yeah. So I feel many of you, you're thinking about releasing certain responsibilities. Maybe you've been carrying someone's weight for too long here. Maybe some of you too. Maybe some of you are also thinking about like dropping your own weight, like as you're working on becoming more fit. You're working on changing habits. I'm getting like a lot of interest here or desire or planning on how to be healthier, to live healthier. And we have assessing. Yeah, you've definitely been in this energy of self-reflection. You're looking at all the details. You're not ready to take action just yet. And, that would make sense because my Capricorns out there, Capricorn energy really does embody being pragmatic, wise, but also cautious. So I do feel like you're ready to usher in a new era. Some of you, you're really planning on maybe it's a move, again, a health and wellness journey, changing things up, but it feels like it's a big transformation here. And I also feel because there's something here that either you're currently dealing with, whether it's work or a relationship, a living situation, you name it. There's something here that's become quite heavy. It's become a burden. And I feel like you're taking a look at, okay, how can I shift this? How can I live in my authenticity? How can I bring more peace and pleasure into my life? That's what I'm getting. And many of you too, you've been searching for your true soul's path, your purpose. So I do feel you're doing a lot of investigating. You might be, you might be isolating a little bit, although it doesn't necessarily have to be. It just kind of feels like you are very pensive. You're very introspective. You're looking at all the details, and maybe you're looking at all the details of a certain partnership or situation here. It could be romantic in nature, but it could also be a family relationship, a friendship. Okay. We have the sun in reverse. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of my Capricorns, you're realizing that you may not be at your best. I feel like there's something here that made you happy, that, still kind of makes you happy, but I feel like you're really yearning for more. And I also feel there's this desire with the sun card energy in reverse, which is Leo energy, to focus more on yourself. Because I feel like my Capricorns, you've been overgiving, you've been selfless, and maybe you're just kind of recognizing it. It's time for other people to start stepping up and pulling their own weight. Again, that could be in a particular partnership or relationship. It could be in general. It could be at work. For some of you, I am getting, you could be parents and maybe you have adult children that you're like, okay, it's time for you to, it's time for you to move forward here. It's time for you to, pay your own bills. It's time for you to move out, things like that. Again, that's of course not going to be for all of you, but for a lot of you, I do feel like it's either in a work situation or maybe your family members always count on you, to help them out. Maybe it's emotionally, maybe financially, maybe even physically. Some of my Capricorns here, you may also be experiencing back problems. I also heard psoas. Now, psoas is an interesting, I believe, muscle, if I'm not mistaken, but it's also where we hold on to a lot of trauma, if I'm not mistaken. And so I feel some of you could be having some psoas issues or some back or hip issues. And I do feel like that's because it's time to release something that you've been holding on to. And I feel you've kind of gone to this dark place. Yep, but the answers are coming. Secrets are being revealed to you. I feel for my Capricorns, this is a major paradigm shift for you. A major, major paradigm shift for you with the High Priestess showing up in reverse. You've been in this either self-isolation or been very introspective, and you're just starting to see the world around you very differently. A lot of you too, you might have gone through a bit of a dark night of the soul here, an awakening and recognizing, okay, what's really important to you and what really isn't. You're definitely seeing things through a much more spiritual lens. And that might even be about how you take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Recognizing that you need a spiritual practice or a daily practice for health and wellness, maybe prayer, meditation, how important it is for my Capricorns at this time to carve out a sacred time and space for yourselves during the day to just focus on you. All right, and we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, you're ready. The Page of Swords is, again, in alignment here with this energy of self-reflection and assessing. So I do feel like this is about you're getting to this point. And it may happen, or maybe it's recently happened, or it may happen during Leo season, where you're ready to take those first steps. Some of you, you might be going back to school. For others of you, you might be applying for different jobs. Some of you, you're hitting record, right? To make that first video for YouTube or something like that, right? I know that's not going to be for all of you, but it's like, it's about taking those first steps. And the Page of Swords is one of the most prepared pages in the deck. And you're ready. You've done the work. This is something that you've been internalizing, you've been going through, and now you're ready to take those first steps. And there you are, King of Pentacles. I love this energy because I feel like this is your future self energy here with the King of Pentacles and showing up here. One, you're protected. You may have wolf spirit that's protecting you, or maybe wolf is your totem. But I'm also seeing with this wolf or this canine energy that you're protected on this journey. I'm also seeing with this library in the background, Akashic Records. So you're definitely accessing Akashic Records, receiving those downloads, seeing things very differently. And what I love about this is I feel this is your future self saying, you know what? This is the path we're taking. This leads to abundance, but it also leads to peace. But underneath that, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, which is a little bit of overthinking, which is a little bit of nervousness. It's that caution that my Capricorns oftentimes embody. But with the Two of Swords in reverse, you're going to see clearly. If you're not already, you're going to see clearly very soon. And with the Four of Swords showing up in reverse, there's this energy of it's time to move forward. And I see you doing that. I'm seeing you having not all of the answers, of course, but being in a place where you feel comfortable to take action on whatever this might be. Some of you, it's taking a relationship to the next level. For some of you, it's about partnering with somebody to start a business or to, ramp up a business. For others of you, it's about going to school. Some of you, it's about really focusing on your passions, getting to work on a passion project. I love this energy. And some of you, it is really about releasing burdens. And, it's not as easy as it sounds, especially if these paradigms are ingrained in us, where we're the ones that take care of everyone. We're the ones that are always there for everyone else. Of course, Capricorn will give you a hand. Of course, Capricorn will show up and give you a ride. Capricorn will lend you money, or take on more work for their coworkers. Yeah, so I do think that you're recognizing after being in the void and with this self-reflection that you're realizing what is draining your time, your energy, your love, your money, your resources. And it might be a very difficult call for you, Capricorn, because the Seven of Swords is like this may be something or someone that's been doing this for a very long time. And so it's like you're starting to see the reality of the situation and you're no longer, willing to be taken advantage of, or now you're seeing the truth of situations that aren't balanced. Yeah, and the Seven of Cups. I do think that you also realize that you have a lot of options. My Capricorns out there, you're very able, you're very capable. So I do feel like that's part of this energy of stasis that I'm picking up on is trying to decide, okay, what is my way forward here? Where am I going to invest my time, energy, love, money, resources? You know, it's not just about focusing on the past and what you don't want in your life, Capricorn. It's about focusing on the future and what you do want and what you want that to look like. And what I love about this is you have double sevens showing up here. And double sevens are a beautiful reminder that your angels and your guides, they're not only intervening on your behalf, but they're nudging you and helping you see the path forward. Because I do feel there's been some distortion. Some of my Capricorns, there's something here. It could be a belief system that you were raised with, a relationship, like I said, whatever situation it might be for you, that might be making you feel like you've been duped, or you were misled, or you were led to believe that this is how you were supposed to be. So I'm actually seeing there's a really big shift in your energetic signature, you know, the way you behave, the way you show up in relationships. And it's not about becoming stingy. It's not about becoming a bad person or harsh or unavailable to people in situations that need you. But you're like, yeah, but I'm not that guy anymore, or that girl. I'm not that person that, you know, that's going to pick up all the pieces all the time or clean up everybody else's mess. You know, I've got to focus on me. And I do feel that you're very, very supported in doing that. I feel like there's been a bit of a dark time. I'm really, truly getting like a tower moment here. So a complete paradigm shift. But I'm also seeing that, you know, there's this dark time has really shed light on what needs to happen and what it is that you truly want. And those of you who have been confused about what the path forward looks like, the High Priestess energy here is showing me that that is about to change, or the answers are being delivered in many different forms. Maybe you're hearing reminders, maybe, you know, reminders of a name, or, you know, you're seeing, you know, the name of a place that you need to go. You may be getting messages through music, through angel numbers. Okay, we see the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's interesting because it feels like your ships are coming in, but I'm also seeing here that you're very clear on what you need to release and where you want to invest your time, your energy, your love, your money, and your resources. Now, some of my Capricorns, like I said, there has been heartbreak. This could be the catalyst for this deep self-reflection. And this dark night of the soul could be a heartbreaking situation. Now, it could be grieving, the loss of a loved one. It could be the end of a relationship. It could be some kind of betrayal. But I do have to be honest here, Capricorn. For a lot of you, I do feel that there's a situation here or person that you're looking at and that you're feeling betrayed by this, because you're like, it didn't have to be this way. You know, out of the goodness of my heart, I was that person. I showed up for you, or I always, you know, did extra time. Or I, you know, did extra work. And I feel there was an imbalance here. And I feel like maybe you're starting to feel a little bit betrayed by that imbalance. Maybe, you know, like I said, it might be a system of beliefs that you were raised with, like this is how you behave. But you might be feeling like, well, in learning that and sort of being indoctrinated and being an overgiver, or always taking the high road, or always being the good person, which are all really, really positive qualities, but it set me back, or it didn't set me up always for success. Now, I'm not saying that being good or taking the high road is something that you shouldn't do, but I do get this energy with resilience here is that you've taken on way much more than you truly needed to, and it may have been hindering your happiness, your peace, your balance, your success, okay? And for some of my Capricorns too, I do feel like there's a little bit of heartbreak here. There's been a painful ending, and for some of you, there has been the loss of, you know, there's been a loss of a loved one, and my heart goes out to any of you who are experiencing that, because yeah, but it's been this catalyst for this shift in your thinking, and it's also yeah, been the catalyst for that self-reflection. So the Page of Swords, okay, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel that a lot of this reading, Capricorn, is really dealing with you rejecting something that you once believed, or something that, or a person or a situation. And in doing so, it's bringing you balance, the Two of Cups. It's bringing you emotional balance. It's also opening up the door to call in different energies, energies where, you know, maybe some of you, you know, you're really changing up some of your friends. because you realize that you were the one that was always paying the bills, or you were, pulling their weight. So I feel like you're going to be calling in a different type of person. I also feel, especially if it comes to friends or romantic relationships here as well, I also feel like you're being a lot more picky here about whom you let into your life, as to whom you get close to or you allow to get close to you, because you're really, really prioritizing your well-being, your balance, your resources, your health and your wellness at this time. And boom, there it is. The whole reading, I've been picking up on this 10 of Wands in reverse, releasing burdens, getting ready for a fresh start, but also a fresh start where you are, the center of your own universe, where you're not putting other people before you. And when I say that, I'm not talking about dependence or children or anything like that. I'm talking about people like in your life, friends, coworkers, lovers, family members, who maybe are going to have a bit of a rude awakening or a wake-up call here with this shift in your energy. All right, so let's go ahead and see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my Capricorns when it comes to career and finance. Oh, all right, these definitely want out. Okay, so we have expression. Yeah, a lot of my Capricorns, this energy, whether it has to do with career or it has to do with your personal life, you're not going to hold back any longer. And this might be arresting for some people with that Ace of Wands. You may be rejecting people in situations, and I don't think people are used to hearing that. And it's interesting because I did the Cancer reading yesterday, your opposite sign. And Cancer energy is coming through here with the High Priestess card, Pisces and Leo as well. But what I'm seeing here is that you're going to be maybe telling some people off, or you're going to be speaking your truth. And it's been a long time coming. And people are not going to be used to it. And some people are not going to be really okay with it, or they're going to feel like it's a prickly situation here. But Spirit's saying, Capricorn, that you need work that lets you express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or a career in communication. That may be true for some of you. Okay, but for others of you, it's like you do need to express your creativity. Now, if it comes to work, maybe you've been doing some really backbreaking work, but it's no longer fulfilling for you. It may have once been fulfilling. I do see that here. But also allow yourself some wiggle room for growth and change, Capricorn. A lot of times we do choose like what we're going to study. For those of us that go to college or that get jobs right out of high school, whatever it might be. We choose what we want to do oftentimes very early on, and that can be before our frontal cortex is developed. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it happens around the age of 26, right? So it's okay. Biologically, we're going to shift and change and be somewhat different people. But I also feel like my Capricorns, you're very loyal. You're very hardworking, you're very cautious, you're very determined, you're very stable and steady. And so I feel that aspect has sort of held you back from doing what it is that you need to do, especially when it comes to career. Something is no longer working for you, something is no longer fulfilling. Some of you, this is you writing a resignation letter. Okay, now the message is not to up and quit your job. Do everything, the way that, above board, do things the way that are going to be the best for you, right? So I do think there's something here you're assessing, and I am seeing that coming through really strong. A lot of you've been thinking real long and hard about a big career change or changing, the company that you work with. Okay, I cannot make this stuff up. I did just say this might be a little bit of a prickly situation. I did not see this card, you guys, prickly situation. Actually, we're going to lead with that one. You need both tact and diplomacy to reach your goals. The struggle is worth the prize. Work around the issue and use a gentle touch. So that is exactly what I've been trying to say here. Some people are going to see this as a prickly situation, and it might be at times. But tact and diplomacy is going to help you get where you want to go. And a lot of you, you're going to be leaving a particular situation or set of values even, or a relationship or job. You're going to be leaving it behind, but you're going to do it the right way. But you know that it's time. Why? Because your perspective has changed. And we see that with the High Priestess in reverse. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light that will help you get where you want to be. Some of you, you've experienced loss. There's been an extreme loss that has helped you see things differently, or has made you see things differently. Some of my Capricorns out there, I am getting, you may have had a near-death experience, or some sort of traumatic event that has also really opened your eyes to, you know what, I cannot be wasting my time here. life is short. I've got to do what makes me happy and not what makes everybody else happy, and not do what everybody else wants me to do. I've got to focus on me. And I feel like that's a beautiful message that you're being definitely supported during this Leo season, which Leo embodies the ego, right? I will, and being your center focus. And don't let anybody tell you that there's anything wrong with that, right? Now, again, I'm not telling you to go off and be a total egocentric maniac, narcissist or something like that. But I do think that, my Capricorns, it's time that you focus on you. And I feel like that's what this energy is really pushing you, helping you forward to do. And look at that, we have movement energy. You'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. Yeah, I see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And some of you, it may not be a total career change or changing your company, but it may be speaking up and saying, you know what, I absolutely deserve more. I work overtime. I do the job of 2 or 3 people even. I've been loyal, et cetera, et cetera. And I do think that if you do speak up and you do it with diplomacy and tact, Spirit's saying that you could have that raise or that promotion. Okay, and for others of you, it's about doing something totally different and maybe even branching out on your own. All right, so you're going to have to leave me a comment down below and let me know how that might resonate with you. Now, when it comes to love and relationships here, Capricorn, we have karmic relationship. Yep, so some of you, this is what you're saying goodbye to. There's a fleeting relationship, one that maybe you were starting to do all the work, or you realized wasn't quite in alignment with you, but I feel like you were giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. So we see that there are definitely lessons here that have been learned, letting go and loving you. So you might even love this person, but I also see that for your benefit and for theirs, you may be letting go of the connection. Yeah. So a lot of my Capricorns, it could be too that you were feeling duped by somebody that wasn't being honest with you or emotionally honest with you. Maybe you felt like, maybe some of my Capricorns too, you might have realized that you were pretending within a particular situation. And it happens to the best of us. When we kind of start to see the signs that something's not working, or this isn't in alignment with me, but I want to give it a chance. I'm going to fake it till I make it. But I don't see my Capricorns being able to do that anymore, because I feel like you're really unapologetically standing in your truth and your authenticity, and you're going to be taking the mask off. And that can be, I want to say that can be scary for some people. The word that really I want to use is arresting, right? It's going to shock some people here. Yeah, because a lot of my Capricorns, it does have to do with the love situation. There may be a divorce here. There may be a separation, but it feels like it is time for you to be self-absorbed, and not in a nasty, like I said, narcissistic way. But what I'm seeing is that, yeah, you're no longer going to accept a one-sided situation or be with somebody who's not matching your energy, or where there's like an equal give and take. Yeah, so a lot of my Capricorns too, what's been kind of hard for you is that you maybe have been with somebody for quite some time. There might be an energy of nostalgia around this situation. I mean, for a lot of my Capricorns, I'm getting this could be somebody you've been with for a long time, maybe even 10 plus years. I mean, it's a big life change. And of course, that's not going to be for all of you, but I do see that you're ready to make memories. You're looking at those lessons that you've learned. And yeah, but I think you're ready to make a change here, or at least to speak up, despite it being, a prickly situation. So let's see what advice and guidance Spirit has for my Capricorns. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Capricorns, please. All right, so divine assistance. So we did get those double sevens coming through early on in the reading. Your prayers have been heard. The divine is currently supporting and guiding you. Allow yourself to receive. Yeah. And this is it, because I think before you were always giving. You were depositing, and you weren't withdrawing. Okay. And now it's time to withdraw. Now it's time to receive. And we also have invest wisely. Perfect. So invest your attention into things that support, nurture, and challenge you in healthy ways to help your soul bloom. Yeah. And I think you're realizing it's time to switch up my portfolio, right? Take a look at where I'm investing. And we see that with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, making a decision with clarity that it's time to switch up how you invest your time, energy, love, money, and resources so that it's beneficial for you and or mutually beneficial for you and your company or your job, or you mutually beneficially for you and anybody you decide to allow into your life otherwise, romantic or otherwise. We do see reconciliation here, so there is someone or something that can still be saved if you choose to compromise. Try to find the middle ground between 2 points. It's interesting because this message is coming through late in the reading, but I do feel like if you feel you've been in a one-sided relationship or the situation has become one-sided, Spirit saying if this person can compromise, maybe this situation can be saved, but it is going to require you having some very deep conversations with them, some deep heart-to-hearts here. All right, but for a lot of my Capricorns, I do feel there's an energy here of moving on. Okay, and that, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. All right, let's take a look at your angel number and mantra that my Capricorns need to hear for the next couple of weeks during Leo season. What is the angel number and mantra for my dearest Capricorns? We've already seen double sevens coming through. Let's see. Now we have number 19. Yes, I love this. I am a pioneer. Independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. You are extremely capable in life and in work and aren't afraid to take big risks to achieve the life you desire. That's the embodiment of this reading here, Capricorn, for you. So pay attention to double sevens, pay attention to the number 19, and repeat your mantra, I am a pioneer. Leo season, Spirit and your angels have got your back. All right, Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here. If these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the description box for ways you can get a private reading, or if you like the cards I'm using, or if you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Love and light, my dear Capricorns. Take care.